Hello, beautiful people. This is interesting. I'm going to add that. Wanted to jump back on. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, a special date for those of you degenerate pro wrestling fans like me. If you know, you know. I got a Kane autograph around here somewhere, thanks to my friend Katie from back home. I'm going to put this in here. I just noticed that we can, let's see, add a link to your live videos. So we're live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook when we do this. And I was just able to add the URL to the website for those of you Instagram users. It's a nice little feature. Hope everybody's doing well. It is, like I said, Tuesday, May 19th, as we head into Memorial Day weekend, or as I like to call it, Memorial Day weekend. I'm not one of those people that says that celebrating my birthday for an entire week, but I am looking forward to getting together with some friends this weekend and some family as well. Did a lot of running around this past weekend, technically work, but had a lot of fun doing it. And one of the reasons why I was running around was because we are in the thick of Enjoy Every Sandwich with the Indulgent Islander. Again, enter for your chance to win the Skyscraper Grand Prize, which we named after the skyscraper size sandwich at Gruby's New York Deli. This kicked off the day after Cinco de Mayo and will run through May 31st. And I just want to remind everybody the rules for this contest, the rules for this promotion are very simple. You can find them at theindulgentislander.com. Just go to the upcoming events page. It'll be all right there for you. Might as well pop that back up on here. Again, just go to theindulgentislander.com. Click on, got a lot of stuff on here. Shout out to my brother James for doing such a great job on the website. Again, we got a directory. Content is the podcast and whatnot. Click on upcoming events. You'll see it all here, but you can actually, you got a nice couple of looking sandwiches right there, but you can also scroll down. You know, we had the soup de tour back in the fall, but if you click on this button that says view event, this is just the Enjoy Every Sandwich. So again, running this through May 31st, very easy contest rules. You're going to visit the restaurant or the food truck that's going to be featuring a sandwich or sandwiches of their choice. Some of these are on the menu. Some of them are not. Some of them were created just for this promotion. You visit the participating businesses, I haven't had enough coffee today, and order as many of the sandwiches as you can. Tag the Indulgent Islander. Again, Facebook, the Indulgent Islander. Instagram, Eat HHI. Tag us. And along with the hashtag Enjoy Every Sandwich, so that we can all look these up together by typing in Enjoy Every Sandwich with the hashtag into our Instagram or our Facebook apps, and enter to win the contest. Each submission that you enter earns you an entry to a grand prize gift basket at the end, just like back in the fall or the winter, I guess it was, by the time that wrapped up right before Christmas. My new friend Amber Cole, well, not so new anymore, took home a haul of a lot of soup-centric and restaurant-centric goodies. So that's it, folks. That's all you have to do is enjoy every sandwich, or at least as many of them as you can, and report back to us by posting and tagging the restaurant in the post. So yes, Memorial Day weekend is upon us. Great time for all of our chefs to stock up on everything that they need. You know where to find us for help with that. But I digress. I think we need to get right into it. I wanted to show you guys some pictures today because that's what this is all about, is the visuals. Um, we have been enjoying a lot of sandwiches, plural. We don't just like it over here. We love it. And I have loved every bite of these sandwiches that I've been eating over the last couple of weeks as we record these spotlight videos. They're going to start rolling out later this week. We got a bunch more recordings left to go, but I just wanted to take everybody just through a quick tour of what I have eaten so far and a couple of what I'm looking forward to eating over these next couple of days as we wrap up our shoots. So in just a short while, I am going to be heading over to Eggs Up Grill in New Riverside. For those of you who are not aware, Eggs Up Grill is celebrating, I want to say it's their 2-year birthday. I'm going to look this up right now just to make sure that I got the right information. I just saw a post yesterday. No, I don't want to unfollow. I hate when your fat fingers hit things that you don't want to hit. Sorry about that. Eggs Up. My buddy's over there. Yes. So the 2nd anniversary. This is their turkey avocado club, which is delicious. They're actually doing 2 sandwiches. But first, I want to pull up just so that you guys can see. Again, I'm going to be heading over there today, but you guys should head over. Let me share this here. You guys should head over to Eggs Up Grill. I think today's the last day to register. Okay, so today's the last day to register. They're going to do an egg count tomorrow morning, which is May 20th. Now, you're getting this live. Obviously, the spotlight video is going to come to you in a few days. But join them tomorrow, Wednesday, May 20th, for their 2nd anniversary celebration. They're going to have 2 for $22, classic breakfast entrees, or 2 for $22, Great American cheeseburgers. $2.22 coffee, tea, and soft drinks all day long. Any guests who dine with them will have the chance to spin the wheel, and they will also have Eggs Up Grill swag giveaways as well while supplies last. Help them celebrate 2 extraordinary years of serving up smiles in Bluffton. Get you that graphic. Again, they're going to do an egg count. Guests with the closest guess will win 1 free breakfast per month for 12 months. That's crazy. You guys got to get over to New Riverside Village. I mean, come on, guys. That's incredible. Help them celebrate. Again, $2.22 coffee, tea, soft drinks, Great American cheeseburgers. I just spoke to a chef yesterday who was talking about how amazing the Eggs Up Grill brunch burger is, and I would agree with that. That being said, we are focused on sandwiches today, so let's get right back at it. That's the turkey avocado club, lettuce, tomato, mayo, ham, bacon, club sandwich. I think it's, I want to make sure that I get this right. Eggs Up Grill. Where you at, Eggs Up? But they're doing 2 of them, actually. They're not just doing my eyes are not working today. There it is, Turkey Avocado Club. I had it right. But they are also doing their cheesesteak melt, which I am a huge fan of. This thing was cooked perfectly. Their fries are so good. Get a closer look at that with the onions and the cheese and that buttery, crispy bread. I mean, that's the good stuff, guys. So get over there, take your choice, pick between the 2 of them. We are going to be making our way at some point today over to see my friends at Joel. There you have a nice platter of their caprese chicken with the pesto and the tomato. That's going to be really good. I've pretty much enjoyed every sandwich at Joel already, but I'm excited to. I think I might have had the caprese chicken maybe once or twice, but I'm looking forward to getting over there and indulging in some crispy chicken cutlets, and that won't be the only one today that we're doing that. Speaking of crispy chicken cutlets, this is the Vito Spatafor, if you will, over at Rocky's Deli, Rocky's New York Deli of Savannah. This is a great sandwich, again, named after Vito Spatafor on The Sopranos. Joseph Ganascoli visited the store a couple of years ago and was involved in the creation of the naming of this sandwich. I love this sandwich. Billy added a Lee Mazzilli to the menu that I like. It doesn't have the chicken cutlets, but it's your standard prosciutto, mozzarella, roasted peppers. But this guy is the Vito is chicken cutlet with hot soppressata, so spicy soppressata, provolone roasted peppers, arugula, and red wine vinegar. That is a winner in my book. Again, show you another shot of that. We got another great chicken cutlet sandwich that's here in Bluffton, which is courtesy of our friends at Butcher's Market and Deli. There it is, opened up with the roasted peppers and the pesto. This one's a little bit different. The only thing that's similar is that they both get their bread from their semolina bread from Malone and Sons up in Staten Island. So that is legit, as legit as it gets. Butcher's Market and Deli, they call it their signature Low Country pesto cutlet with pesto, mozzarella, roasted peppers, and balsamic glaze. Rocky's runs a special by the week. So they have a special for the remainder of this week, which is, I got to get through the Mets post since the Mets took a couple from the Yankees, which Billy and I really enjoyed. My fellow Mets fan in misery. The Kickin' Chicken Chopped Cheese is the special for this week. In addition to, the Vito Spatafor is an on menu. That's a signature. You can get that in a wrap or a sandwich. I highly recommend either. For those of you chopped cheese fans, that is a New York signature right there. And as far as over here in Bluffton with Butcher's Market and Deli, they really do a great job. Their butcher's board has specials every day. Today's specials are the barbecue burnt ends panini with tangy bread and butter pickles and smoked Gouda. And then the chicken cutlet with fresh mozzarella, roasted red peppers, baby spinach, and house-made pesto aioli. Again, that's a little bit different than the one that's on the Enjoy Every Sandwich menu. But if you are interested in enjoying the Enjoy Every Sandwich selection for the contest, just tell the guys and gal over at Butcher's Market and Deli. Diana will take great care of you with the signature Low Country pesto cutlet. On and on we go. This one's going to be a short one today. Usually we try to keep things to an hour, but I'm going to get rid of you guys before that because I got a lot to do. This tuna melt, I'm not going to try to say it in French, excuse me, although I did do that the other day when I ate it. I think I did it pretty well, actually. Some beautiful pictures that we got from Shea George. I like this one with the bright light in the background. I mean, this is an open-faced tuna melt, the only one of its kind on the sandwich tour. And that, of course, is going to have the sandwich au thon et fromage. I think that's pretty good for an Italian. Open-faced tuna melt with fire-roasted red pepper spread, Gruyere, sliced tomato, lettuce, and house pickles. There's also a little bit of an aioli type of thing, cool aioli drizzled up on top of there. Really, really enjoyed this one. This is a knife and a fork job, in my opinion, but still spectacular. Thursday, before the farmer's market, I will be returning to the Cottage Cafe, Bakery, and Tea Room, where I enjoyed this muffaletta sandwich, about a week or two ago. Um, this one is was still in the in this was still in concept. This was one was being tweaked when I spoke to Chef Leslie and the gang, Justin, Ray King, and everybody over at Cottage. I think there's going to be a little bit of turkey added to this that wasn't on this one in particular, but I am excited to see the finished product. Chef Leslie, as I've been saying over and over again about a lot of these chefs, she really understands the assignment with these. She takes advantage of the opportunity to show her creativity, and this sandwich tasted as good as it looks. So on from there, this is one that I'm going to indulge in today. I'm really excited about it. Great graphic that they put together at Slider Bar with the Chicago sky with the Chicago skyline in the background. Shout out to the Second City Saint, CM Punk. Hope to see him back on TV someday soon. This is the Italian beef sandwich, which ironically, Chef Donnie of Barstool fame actually created an Italian beef sandwich with CM Punk in the kitchen at the Barstool headquarters in Chicago just a couple of weeks ago. Might have been a couple of months ago, maybe when they were heading into WrestleMania. That's probably why he was doing an appearance over there. Check that out. And you want to check out this Italian beef sandwich, which, Pete Palladino was very excited about this when he introduced it. Originally, it was going to be a slider, and then they decided to convert it to a full sandwich. And that, again, is the Italian. It's a Wagyu Italian Beef Hero, 8-ounce Wagyu with giardiniera that's made in-house, sweet peppers served wet. So they give it a dip in the broth, if you will. That is going to be a certified banger. Kick things off a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a week and a half ago, with a lumberjack at Nosh. Go take a look at Nosh's socials. Excuse me one second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Frog in my throat. Go check out Nosh's socials. My friend Michael Pachansky, owner of Nosh, along with his wife Jen, they are on the verge of opening a second location, for those of you who are not in the loop, on Hilton Head Island in the Wexford Shops. He just did a little video that was very cool. He did a video the other day talking about how they're getting close to opening Hilton Head, and they did another video yesterday where he introduced you to some of the staff at the new store. As we look at this lumberjack, I mean, look at this. The cheese pull on that video was great. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, this sandwich is a beast, and pretty soon you're going to be able to get that at the old Oddbirds Bakes location at the Wexford Shops, right next door to Wexford Plantation. Stay tuned. We'll have more information on the opening date for Nosh. There is not a specific date yet, but it is imminent. Again, a small space there, big enough for them to crank out some amazing bagels and bagel sandwiches. I don't believe there's any seating inside. It's just counter service, but there is plenty of seating right outside there in that Wexford Plaza. If you're heading south on the island, it's the second one. The first one is where you have your Java burrito. And then the second one is where you're going to find Nosh, basically kind of like right next to the British Open pub and a couple other really cool shops there. One of the most, I believe, the most popular shopping plaza on Hilton Head, at least in terms of volume. So Nosh is going to be able to service islanders and tourists, Hilton Head Island tourists as well, with their delicious bagels. And again, I know I mentioned this the other day, but I just want to say again, thanks to the team over there. And that's another thing I forgot when I was talking about introducing the staff. That's one of my favorite things about Nosh, is that you really feel welcomed when you walk in the door. I always think of this thing on that I saw on social media. It was a podcast or something where they said, you can't fix bad food, but if food is good but not great, and I'm not saying, I mean, Nosh is as great as it gets. It's the best thing to happen to the area for bagels and breakfast sandwiches in quite some time. But just in general, if food is good but not great, the memory of the experience that you have is really what puts it over the top. Obviously, you can't cure bad food, but in this particular case, you have great food, you have great bagels, great sandwiches, baked goods, babkas, the knish, which is mind-blowingly good with the pastrami on a knish as the bread. but the smiles that you get and the service from the whole gang. He's got quite a crew over in Ridgeland at the Riverwalk already, and he's going to be augmenting that with a crew for Hilton Head. I mean, just take a look at that cheesy goodness. I'm not the biggest cheddar fan myself, but this lumberjack works for me and then some. And even like the top, like even like the Asiago bagel, that's nice and warm and cheesy. They did a whole bagel bar for my mother, is what I was meaning to say before I got on one of my tangents, and it was really awesome with a bunch of spreads. I'm still working my way through those cream cheeses and whatnot. Back to the so we basically were on the island, or are going to be on the island soon with Nosh. Another one of my really highlights of this tour was this, and I had heard a lot about it. I had this on white toast at Southern Coney. This is their Buffalo Chicken Club. You see, they got crispy chicken cutlets. Look how thin those cutlets are. You got ham on this thing. You got lettuce, tomato. You got Swiss cheese and a little bit of mayo. The buffalo sauce is made in-house. I skipped the bacon. There's bacon tucked under that. Quite a bit of bacon, actually, tucked in between those cutlets and under that cheese there. This thing came with fries. It was awesome. Caitlin suggested that I get this thing on a wrap. I was also told that I need to get corned beef hash, and I'm also on the clock for getting my dad over there for a couple of conies, a couple of that's what they call the chili dogs up in Ohio. But I mean, look at the cross section of this thing. I mean, does that look like delicious or what? The house made buffalo sauce is what did it for me. I was not surprised that there was mayo on it because it is a club sandwich. I wouldn't have been surprised if it was like a blue cheese or a ranch, but the mayo works. With this combination of those fresh vegetables and the buffalo, again the house made buffalo sauce on the chicken cutlets with the ham. I devoured this thing. I mean, it was awesome. I don't think that I've had a lot of leftover sandwiches that I've been coming home with because it's hard to. Some woman commented on one of the posts the other day. She's like, "How did you eat a grouper sandwich?" And we'll come back to that. How'd you eat the grouper sandwich at Pool Bar Gyms and the Lulu Katsu burger in one day? Well, the answer is that I did not eat it all myself. I have help. Sometimes RJ chips in with me. Sometimes I have a guest, and sometimes I take a to-go container. And let's just say I don't cook a lot of dinners for myself during these tours because I do not waste a single solitary bite of any of these delicious sandwiches, nor did I with the soups when I had deli containers stocking fully stocked refrigerator with quart and pint-sized deli containers for several weeks back in the fall. Let's get back to the sandwiches. So this is the Sea Shack. Thanks to my buddy Robert Brown. Happy birthday. Robert Banks, excuse me. My friend Robert Banks at the Sea Shack, the owner and operator of Sea Shack, took this photo for me because I was so mesmerized with the way that this blackened shrimp burger looked the day that I was there to record this last week that I just completely blanked on taking a photograph of it. We got the video obviously done, but I did not accomplish my goal of taking a photo so that I could share it in my stories and whatnot. So I go in nice in and tight on this shrimp burger. I mean, this is a spicy one. You know, for those of you who don't like spicy, I would go with it grilled. The grilled has a seasoning all of its own, but if you can handle a kick, I highly recommend that you go with the blackened shrimp burger at the Sea Shack. Happy birthday, Robert Banks. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your partnership, and I love everybody at the Sea Shack, which is an island favorite for sure. Let's keep it moving. One of our busy recording days, we started out at with my friends at Skillets on Hilton Head and Caligny Plaza. This was their Monte Cristo. So Monte Cristo, right? You got your ham, you got your turkey, you got your cheese, the bread, and of course a beautiful fruit salad that I got to go with that, and a nice coffee that they made for me. The bread on this Monte Cristo, RJ described it like it was like funnel cake, and that was a great way to describe it. I mean, it was crispy, it was sweet, it was, I mean, just decadent. with the powdered sugar, and then of course, the raspberry preserves. You're always going to want to have something sweet. Here I have the raspberry preserves. I think I mentioned in the video that'll be coming out very soon that if you the Monte Cristo at the cottage, they have like a grape sauce that Chef Leslie uses. This was divine with the raspberry preserves. I hope you're going to be able to get the sound that it made when I bit into this crusty, crispy shell, if you will, on this sandwich. I'm not the biggest when it comes to like fruit on my food. Um, or I like to a lot of times I would say I like to separate my sweets and my savories. I mentioned it when we did the tin and tallow video with the strawberry burger last week. It had strawberry goat cheese after Riley Ranch, where they feed the goats strawberries, which I thought was really interesting. But that worked, and this worked, and then some. Sometimes I have to suspend my personal preferences because I will try anything. And not only did I try this, but I absolutely loved it. And I can't wait to go back and get another one. And this is one of the ones that I really can't wait to share with my friends and family. Because if you're a Monte Cristo fan, again, this is unlike anything that I have ever had. I mean, just look at the again, this isn't an indulgent breakfast sandwich, but look at the crust. Like I should have, in hindsight, taken a knife and scraped it just so you could see, like when they do, fried chicken videos and things like that. I mean, it's eating this thing was like an ASMR video in the very best way. Get you one last shot there with that beautiful fruit on the plate, the cheese oozing out of there. RJ shared this with me, and he was like, "Man, that's like eating a sandwich on a funnel cake." And I mentioned it to the owner, Amy Byman, and she said, "Yeah, that's fairly accurate as far as the vibe that this thing gives off." After that, we headed over to my friends at Flatbread Grill. This is on the island. This is a shrimp burger with lettuce, excusez-moi, with lettuce, tomato, avocado, and this is their bang bang sauce. Side of ketchup for the fries, the golden crispy fries. I even popped a squeeze of lemon on there. I'm assuming that's why it came there. I really, really enjoyed. I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong button here, but sorry about that. I really enjoyed this shrimp burger. This thing was awesome, and I don't know, like what else to say. I mean, if you're on the beach and you're up by Coligny, or anywhere near Coligny Plaza, and you want to go to, I mean, it's not the bar's not on the beach, but it's right off the beach. You walk off to Coligny, Coligny Beach, you hang the right, and right there you have the steps that go up to Flatbread Grill. This place is great. They're participating in Bluffton as well. I'm going to get to that. That's going to be a Nashville hot chicken sandwich that I shared from their socials a couple of days ago. Maybe it was a week or so ago. I really like this one. Soft bun, different vibe, different experience than the blackened shrimp burger over at Sea Shack, but both just delicious in their own way. After that, we headed over to Frosty Frog for the not so Cuban sandwich. I really like this one. This was an offshoot on a Cuban sandwich that substitutes turkey, and you get a nice shot at this turkey down here hanging out the end. Healthy portion of pulled pork on there. Nice thick pickle chips. The fries here were awesome, also, but this sandwich, period, full stop. A nice, sort of like hoagie roll, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Never not a busy time at Frosty Frog, but I was able to find my way to the back corner where they actually have a whole bunch of sand back there. And it's basically like you're sitting on the beach, essentially. That thing was great. Highly recommend the not so Cuban at Frosty Frog. And I also posted something the other day. Keep an eye out. Frosty Frog's going to be going into New Riverside basically imminently within the next couple of weeks, because I got a postcard in the mail for residents in the area. Local Pie's already open and Frosty Frog is on deck, so keep an eye out for that. Onward to Sprout Mama Breads. Chef Ryan Fennessy flat out said this is the best Reuben on the island when he handed it to me. I love that level of confidence, and I can't blame him for saying it, because I mean, this is one of the posts that's been going wild also. Posted it with a nice Grateful Dead Grateful Dead song. I know Ryan's a Deadhead, um, and I the pickle spear on top just was like the icing on the cake. There you see the setup that we were shooting in the back there. They had a guy that was there selling cutting boards that looked very cool. I think you could find them at a couple of the farmers markets as well. But this sandwich, I mean, look at this thing. This was a handful and a half, melt in your mouth, pastrami on this Reuben with the cheese, the kraut, the Russian dressing. I mean, of course, Sprout Mama breads are that's their whole thing, right? Is their bread. So you would expect that their sandwich is going to be a hell of a banger on this amazing sourdough bread. This sandwich was, I mean, come on, guys. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. Let's just get real in deep there. Oh my God. This is food porn if I've ever seen it. So go get the Reuben at Sprout Mama. Keep an eye out for that video as well. We had a great shoot last week at Waterside by Spinnaker with Slap Truck. This is the Cuban Shuffle Crisis, which is a Chef Matt Valentino, Chef Mompy's take on the Cuban sandwich. The mustard on this had a bit of a honey mustard vibe. Smash patties, of course, a double smash patty, thin sliced pork belly. He's been wanting to do pork belly on a burger for quite some time. This thing was incredible. I had it all over my hands. I walked straight over to the restroom by the pool to, I could have hosed myself off after this one. It was dripping all over me, dripping all over the place. And like I said, in the very best of ways, what good is a burger if you don't get a little messy? Getting ahead of myself here, but yeah, the Cuban Shuffle Crisis. Chef Matt always is adding, new sandwiches to the menu, and I had one that had mushrooms that were two different types of mushrooms that were cooked in duck fat a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I want to. I'm not going to jump back to it right now, but I took a great shot that I posted for him the other day. That was just as soon as he handed me the bag, I took a shot of the burger inside the bag, and he used it on his socials, and I shared that for him. It came out really good. Sometimes, on the spot, you get some really good shots in action that turn out really well. Back to Chez George with this sandwich au thon et fromage. This was my photo of it, not as beautiful as theirs, but you got these nice gherkins. Like I said, you got a little bit of an aioli drizzled on top. You got the cheese melted on top of the tuna with, of course, that roasted red pepper spread, beautiful green onions, beautiful lettuce. Only the freshest ingredients, of course, a side of frites with the aioli from Chez George. That was just absolutely delicious. And then this torta al pastor from Carlitos. If you guys like Mexican food and you're sleeping on Carlitos in the shopping center there, where Nectar and Coastal Capri is, more on Coastal Capri in a few minutes. I know I'm running a little bit long here, but these sandwiches were a mouthful, and they're a mouthful for me to talk about to give them their just due. This thing is awesome. What gets it for me on here is the jalapenos, the kick that you get from the jalapenos. There's mayo on the sandwich. There's avocado, lettuce, tomato, onions all chopped up. The taleja bread, as RJ told me to pronounce it, is really the star of the show there as well. That's some really good bread. And I mean, this thing is a beast. One sandwich, one half of the sandwich is probably enough for your moderate eater, but I could have devoured this entire thing if I didn't have other shoots going on that day. And then we had the next day, we went back out to the island. So Tin and Tallow is doing their edition. So as we broadcast this today on Tuesday, May 19th, the edition last week was the Riley Ranch Burger with the strawberry goat cheese, which I actually really did like it. I was surprised. I didn't think I was going to, because I'm not really into fruits with my food, even if it's a salad or whatever, but it was done perfectly. I would always trust Chef Tyler Bodish with anything that he does. This week, all I want to say is stay tuned. I always hashtag, right? The stay tuned. Stay tuned and stay hungry. Well, stay tuned, guys, because the edition is coming out for this week, and this is going to be something different, something that you have not seen from Tin and Tallow before, with the spirit of the Enjoy Your Every Sandwich tour in mind. Cactus Street Cantina was our first shoot of this particular day. I mean, this thing, I forgot to take a photo of this too, but then I got this still shot that I grabbed from some of RJ's footage. You want to talk about a sandwich that was a beast, and we'll give it justice here as well. Let me remove this and go back. I got to skip ahead because these are the ones that he sent me from his roll. I mean, this sandwich, I held this thing up to the sign, right? Just so you get the sign in the background. And I took a couple of these. I mean, this sandwich was the size of my fist. One half of it was the size of my fist. For $20, you want to talk about a meal in and of, a sandwich that eats like a meal. Cactus Street Cantina is doing their Torta Cubano all month for the Enjoy Every Sandwich. Go check them out. And as always, tell me Indulgent Islander sent you for that. Appreciate our friends at Cactus Street Cantina. They returned from the soup to tour with their chicken tortilla soup and are back in with the Torta Cubano at Cactus Street Cantina. Another Mexican-inspired restaurant, our friends over at Holy Tequila. I got to pour one out for the Buffalo Sabres. They made an incredible run in the playoffs. I called owner Mike Rischel last night, and I said, good luck, man. I know from working in sports just how much it can mean to advance to another round, not just for the franchise, but for the businesses that support these teams. To be able to go further in the Stanley Cup playoffs would have been a lot more people in the bar to root the Sabres on. They lost in heartbreaking fashion, 3-2 in overtime. Last night I was watching, I turned it on, for the overtime period. I was flipping back and forth between a bunch of different things like Wemby's leap game and in the NBA playoffs. And of course, Monday Night Raw is my appointment viewing on a Monday evening, but I was locked in for permanently once we got to overtime, and it was a heartbreaker. But I'll tell you what wasn't a heartbreaker was this birria melt with both the consomme and the, as Mike calls it, Chef Beeler said, owner Mike says this is Georgia barbecue sauce. It's basically like a Carolina mustard-based barbecue sauce, and Mike makes me laugh. Owner Mike and Chef Mike makes me laugh too, but owner Mike makes me laugh when he talks about this because he says he can't make up his mind what's better. He just goes back and forth between dipping the Georgia mustard and the birria, and I mean, this thing was great. I actually finished it the last night, threw it in the toaster oven. That was my homage, and I sent them a photo of it. That was my homage to the Sabres. I mean, look at this thing. This was really good. Again, thanks to them for their support. They also did a chicken tortilla soup, a much different experience. Both chicken tortilla soups were absolutely delicious, both at Cactus Street Cantina and Holy Tequila. That birria melt was spectacular. We're going to go to my friends at Gruby's Deli. Again, the grand prize skyscrapers named after them. This was the number 11 with roast beef, ham, and turkey that RJ enjoyed. Cheese, Russian, lettuce, coleslaw. And then, of course, I sunk my teeth into the number 8, the Twin Towers, corned beef, pastrami, coleslaw, Russian on rye. This was getting the sandwich huge. So you can get the large as the normal size. You can get the huge. And then, of course, any sandwich can be upgraded to a skyscraper for $29.99. And I will announce here, as you look at this huge version, again, as I zoom back out, the huge would have been up to about here. I mean, the skyscraper would have been up to about here. The skyscraper probably would have been about twice the size of the huge sandwich. And whoever wins the Enjoy Every Sandwich tour, in addition to a number of great gifts that you're going to get in the basket, you are also going to get a coupon for a free skyscraper sandwich of your choice. So keep that in mind. Again, thanks to my family at Gruby's, thanks to the Grubers, all of them, for their continued support. Great podcast recorded with them on site. Have fun every time I stop in there to see Brian and Steve and Justin and Gustavo and the rest of the gang, of course. Nectar. Chef Corey Adams threw down again, just like he did with the chicken pot pie soup for the soup de tour. He threw down with the ham and brie. This is Fox Farm brie with a country ham and let me get it exactly right. Fox Farm brie, smoked ham. I take it back. Smoked ham, arugula, fig preserves on a sesame baguette. I took one bite into this sandwich. The bread was spectacular, crusty, sesame, soft on the inside, crispy on the outside, absolutely delicious. I'm not a ham and brie person, but with the fig preserves, I mean, this sandwich was so good. I had it for lunch. I finished it up over the weekend. I texted Chef Corey. I mean, pardon myself for my language. Sorry, Ma. I said that sandwich is so goddamn good. I mean, it was just awesome. So thank you for their support over at Nectar. I'm excited for you to see that video where we filmed at the beautiful outdoor patio, or at least adjacent to it on the high tops, because there were quite a few people sitting outside. It's a great seating area that they have over there. To Sundown Saloon. So this one didn't really photograph so well. Was actually having a chuckle with Chef Gabby, who was like, this thing is like, it's hard to keep it together because it's just so loaded up. I mean, the chunks of pork that were on this thing, I think you get a better shot from, when I have it in my hand like this, the chunks of pork, the ham, the pickles, that's even a better shot as the sunlight hits it. This stuff was falling off as I tried to hold it up. But man, let me tell you that this is an even better photo. Actually, this sandwich was awesome. It's on that, that Cuban bread where they press it after they make the sandwich. I mean, like I said, overflowing with flavor, dripping in the very best ways, with the juices from the pork and everything like that. Just awesome. Excuse me, Sundown Saloon. They're doing an awesome job. You guys gotta go check them out. I know I said I was going to keep this to probably a half hour, but we're getting close to the end. I promise, guys. Again, wanted to share this picture from my friends at Eggs Up Grill. I'm going to go eat this shortly. This is the Turkey Avocado Club. It was sitting there on the counter, and owner Lori Hudson was like, I just had to take a picture of this. I mean, look at this glistening, the turkey with the bacon, the tomato, the avocado, generous portions of all with that crispy, golden, buttery bread. I mean, can you beat that, guys? I mean, there's a lot to eat and a lot to enjoy at Eggs Up, but that one was definitely one of my favorites already. Went to Pool Bar Gyms yesterday. Shout out Dave Peck. Shout out Mark. Shout out Justin, Raina, everybody over at Pool Bar Gyms took absolutely great care of us. It's not that I've been sleeping on Pool Bar Gyms. I'm just not I don't really usually hang out at bars. And one of the things that I don't do, and I get mad at myself for not doing it, is I don't take advantage of the opportunities that I should have. I actually texted my wife this morning, let's take the dog to the beach this weekend. Obviously, once Memorial Day comes, I think it's Memorial Day, the dogs can be on the beach after 10 a.m. I love to take my dog for walks on the beach, and I haven't done that recently. And get those salty paws, get those paws nice and clean with that salt water. Juno's actually going to get groomed this week too, so I don't want her to get too dirty and sandy at the beach, but nothing that better for those paws than to get some of that ocean water, here and there. I'm not saying that that's a good thing permanently for dogs, but I definitely am overdue for it. I say all that to say, guys, Pool Bar Gyms is such a cool place. I mean, just the whole experience of, the drinks. I'm gonna give you another look at that sandwich. I mean, this grouper was hanging over both sides with the tartar sauce that my buddy Yvonne over at Coast EXP Professionals, a good friend of mine, talked about this great tartar sauce that Dave has been using for a long time. The bun was a larger than usual bun, and still the fish hung over it. Still the grouper hung over it. I mean, it was just awesome. I'm not going to go to, Pool Bar Gyms scapes right now. You got to go check them out behind the Seacrest, 10 North Forest Beach Drive. I took a lot of great pictures that I did share yesterday on my Facebook page, from the shoot that we did there. Really, just I could have hung out there all day. Again, there was work to be done and things that we had to do, but I could have been hanging out at Pool Bar Gyms all day on an 80-degree day. I even got myself a Jim's Paradise T-shirt in a nice light purple color. If you're a merch guy like me, you got to check it out. They got a full T-shirt shop, with all kinds of other koozies and all kinds of other goodies. The food is really good. And this is not Dave's had restaurants for a long time. He used to own Low Country Backyard. He still owns Bad Biscuit right across the street there in Coligny Plaza. The grouper sandwich is the very first on the menu. You can get it grilled or blackened. I recommend you get it blackened. And I can't wait to get back to Pool Bar Gyms to enjoy more of those cocktails. I had my first painkiller yesterday. Shout out Tristan O'Grady with his Painkiller Fridays. So sooner or later, I'll get on there. And I had a strawberry daiquiri, and they even give you like the overflow of the daiquiri in a second cup, which is great, which of course RJ appreciated, but I let him have the painkiller. I loved it. I just I couldn't do two cocktails, to start the day off at 11, 12 o'clock. Back to the sandwiches. So you might ask yourself, what on earth is this? Okay, I've said it so many times that I now have it memorized. This is Scott Chef Hastings Wagyu. It's the Lulu Katsu burger. This is a Wagyu burger patty that's crusted with panko breadcrumbs, that's topped with a kupi slaw. Kupi is a Japanese condiment that's like a mayo, very umami. A kupi slaw with soy cured egg yolks. That's what you see here, right? These egg yolks sitting on top. And then Osetra caviar on top of that. This thing was just out of this world. He also did the short rib grilled cheese. You got a nice, I love going with an Arnold Palmer, an unsweet tea there, and those beautiful mugs. He went with this listen, the short rib grilled cheese is one of my favorites. I will continue to eat that until the day I die. I mean, just look at this thing. Look at the short rib. I mean, I used to get this back in the day at Grand Lux. This puts Grand Lux to shame. No disrespect to Cheesecake Factory. I don't even know if Grand Lux is still a thing. But this sandwich is awesome. But this burger, guys, I mean, you got the slaw underneath and on top of the burger. You got the soy cured egg yolks. You got the Osetra caviar. The crunch biting into this burger that was, medium rare. It was cooked perfectly. By the time I cooked took the cross section picture, more a little bit well than medium, because it had been a couple minutes. Again, these things keep cooking after you take them off, and we were Chef Scott and RJ and I were BSing, and he was telling me about how he actually recently got chosen by one of these personalities that you would find on the Food Network. He's been entered in, well, let's see, he's been featured on Favorite Chef with Carla Hall. Let's see. Yeah, winner will appear in Taste of Home magazine. So go check them out. Go check out their socials for that. And go get this burger, guys. You got the chance to get it till the end of the month. The thing is awesome. Again, the Lulu Katsu burger was just something else. So that's going to wrap the recordings that we have up until this point. I'm going to go through the ones that are coming up rapid fire. And then I got some sandwiches that I got to go eat. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to you guys. We are going to have, again, the Eggs Up Grill, the Turkey Avocado Club, and the Cheesesteak Melt. Alvin Ords, we're going to do the Chicken Bacon Ranch. I'm going to take care of that thing today. Excited for that one. Alvin Ords is a very unique experience with their bread. We are going to head over to the Sippin' Cow, where they're going to do cranberry walnut chicken salad with bib lettuce on a croissant. I think that's our only croissant sandwich, at least up until this point. And registration's pretty much closed. I might let one or two sneak in, but we're pushing 40 at this point, and that's enough work for me and more than enough work for RJ to do with editing the spotlight videos. Slider Bar, we're going to get that Wagyu beef dip sandwich. I can't wait for that. Joel with the caprese chicken. We're going to hit up Dominic's today. We're going to visit Kyle over at Lowe's, and then Chase over at Home Depot, where they're going to do the Big Dom top with sausage. I'm not eating two of those. I might get one at one and one at the other, but I wanted to showcase both of those locations for you. Let's see what else we got here. Butcher's Market and Deli. We're going to also get that cutlet sandwich done hopefully this afternoon. Maybe the next day or the day after that, but I'm hoping for this afternoon. We got Bella Italia meatball and cheese on deck. We got the Cafe Al Dente vodka, chicken vodka panini dipper. We're going to go see part 2 for Tin and Tallow with this week's edition. We'll check that out tomorrow. Low Country Lobster will be at Waterwalk between 3 and 6. We're going to try both of their lobsters, the warm one and the cold one. One is the traditional Maine lobster with the mayo. The other one is the Connecticut lobster roll warm. I got to meet Jack and his wife over at the Lot 9 party this weekend, and I'm getting really excited to go do that. We're going to do that Nashville hot chicken sandwich at Flatbread Grill, the Ocon Cubano with Chef Bernard. Again, the braised pork shoulder, sliced ham, lamb merguez sausage, pickles, mustard, and smoked Gouda. Again, that's not pickles, that's pickles, which is a almost like a coleslaw type of situation that I mentioned the other day. I'll help you guys out and pull it back up real quick. It's a spicy, tangy Haitian pickled slaw made from shredded cabbage, carrots, Scotch bonnet peppers, often with onions, bell peppers, and garlic, all pickled in vinegar and lime juice. So that's going to be a good one. We're going to go to Side Hustle to see my friend Daniil Brown at Piece of Yard and Abroad. I'm anxious to see what he comes up with for that. And then we're going to head down to Old Town on Thursday. We're going to hit up the Cottage for the most current muffaletta sandwich. We're going to go spend some time with Two Birds Greek Street Food at the Farmers Market of Bluffton, which I believe goes from 12 to 4. The line starts for Two Birds sometimes at 11 o'clock. People start buying those gyros. We're going to enjoy a classic gyro with my friends Elena and Sonny Hughley. Food Savvy, I think we're going to get done Thursday or Friday as well with the hot honey chicken waffle. And outside of that, we are going to round things up, I believe Friday, where we're going to take a ride out to Starland and a ride out to Sandfly a little bit further, where we're going to get a laundry diner visit in for the shrimp po' boy. The Georgia shrimp salad po' boy, excuse me, looks awesome. And of course, Rocky's Deli for the Vito Spatafor. I have one that's going to trickle in next week that's going to be very special. And that's going to be with my friend Chef Antonio Mancini Albano from AMA Private Dining. He's working on a huge wedding this weekend. So he's got his focus on that, which as well he should. Over 200 guests, I believe, at the May River Manor, which he's doing with my friend Meg James. More news to come on her very soon. But this wedding is a big deal. So then after he gets done with that, right after Memorial Day weekend, we're going to feature both of his sandwiches, which is the vodka chicken parm on the pretzel bun, and then the Lucky Fig on the warm semolina Sesame Hero with mortadella, pistachio pesto, stracciatella fig jam, and dressed shredded lettuce. Just stay tuned for that one, because that's going to be a big one, more than just a sandwich, if you will. Again, check out the entire list of Enjoy Every Sandwich participants at theindulgentislander.com. Just go to upcoming events right here. Scroll down. It's right here again, but you can also click through just to go straight to the events page for Enjoy Every Sandwich. Again, guys, get out there, enjoy these sandwiches, take your photo. I'll pop the flyer back up on there. Again, Weeb's Doodles helped me out with this one. Christina Linnell Stewart, excuse me, put this flyer together. She does a great job. We are going through the 31st with this, from Savannah all the way up to, we don't currently have a Beaufort entry, but I do have someone that has been working on it and sort of workshopping what they're going to do. So keep that in mind. We may have, at the very least, a truck up in Beaufort, but for the most part, we got it covered quite a bit. Again, just about to wrap on Hilton Head Island, and then we're going to clean up the rest of these spotlight videos, get them out to you guys as we record in Bluffton, and again, a couple more back on Hilton Head to wrap. That's all I got, guys. Again, ran a little bit long with this, but I wanted to give these sandwiches their just due. Just as a reminder, get out there, take your photo, enjoy the sandwich, take your photo, tag us in it, hashtag enjoy every sandwich, tag the restaurant, please, as well. Before I let you go, I just want to mention one other thing that, of course, as I took this off, let me reshare this entire screen, share. I just want to, briefly mention, this is not Enjoy Every Sandwich tour related, but let me reload this. I was invited last week. I was invited on Sunday, actually, for a tasting of the pizza at the brand new Capri Pizza and Pasta, which is in the old Rockfish space down on the south end across the street from Caligni. Right in the back behind that is the Marriott Courtyard. Shout out my buddy Dennis, who's in charge of food and beverage over there now. Capri Pizza is just less than a month away from opening, and Chef Johnny Ravito and his wife Michelle asked me to come and try this pizza with some of their special regular customers from Coastal Capri. Guys, this is not thinny thin. This is not the Chicago thin crust, but this is, I wouldn't call it tavern style. I would say it's a full pan pie. I would compare it to like a Sicilian, not really a deep dish pizza. This has gotten such a buzz from our followers on and off Hilton Head Island. Of course, pizza is a very mercurial thing, polarizing. There were some people that said, too thick, too much cheese. All I got to say is this was perfect for me. Even the one that didn't have cheese on it, Johnny's sauce is so good. Chef John, his sauce is so good that I'm not really a big tomato pie person, but I love that. That's me holding up one of the slices right above the basil garden there. This was the sausage with the red roasted peppers. Guys, all I got to say is keep an eye out for the socials. This was the sausage with the spicy jardiniere. We started seeing some jardiniere with Firemost last year. Waiting to hear back from Chase to see what the future holds for him and his pizza endeavor. But let me tell you, this spicy jardiniere was just incredible. I just was hanging around the kitchen. This was a sausage with the roasted red peppers. We were just kind of hanging around the huge kitchen over there, enjoying this pizza. John was talking to me. I'm going to have him on the podcast to talk about this. He was just talking about how, hydrated, how super hydrated the dough is, and how he spent years, perfecting the perfect combination of, water to the dough and the hydration. And there he is, setting up the pan pie, putting this one was like a broccolini, almost like a broccoli rabe with sausage. And then look at the finished product after that came out of the oven. I mean, this pizza is incredible. You're going to be able to get subs there. Take another look at that dough. I held this pan of dough that had 3 pounds of dough in it, and it was really like holding a pillow. Again, there's Chef John talking to us about the hydration of the dough and whatnot. So, and of course, the fresh basil in the garden outside, that is a part of that. I mean, just look at the look on my face after I got done eating that. This real emotion. I got my Coastal Capri hat. I got my shades. And of course, the one bite, everybody knows the rules. Did I have that on here? Is it back the other way? I must have taken that later. Anyway, also made a stop at Milkshake Factory the other day, which is why you saw that picture. But nothing about that right now. I just needed I actually wanted to surprise my parents with a treat, so I stopped there on my way off the island the other day. All right, we are running up on an hour after all this, way longer than I wanted to go, but I wanted to get that information in front of you guys. We are approaching the lunch hour. I have a lot of sandwiches to eat and a lot of people to go see today. So keep your eyes on the page. Again, Facebook, Instagram, theindulgentislander.com, as you see in the link here in the Instagram live. And then also, you can find that in our on our social profiles as well. Just go to theindulgentislander.com and click on the events page. That's all, guys. As we're pushing up on 59 minutes, get out there, enjoy every sandwich, tag us. You're not going to want to miss out. I'm telling you, this gift basket, we're going to put together a nice sizable prize for the Skyscraper Grand Prize. Stay hungry, my friends. The Indulgent Islander out.